Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. End of the week already. Can you believe it? Looks like currently we have not broken yesterday's high, yesterday's low, anything like that. Inside action thus far. But yeah, market's definitely primed for a bounce. On a daily level, at least. And currently, it looks like our uptrend is played out. I'm not ready to draw a wider trend just yet. Although that would be very tempting, right? To draw something like this, but a little too early for that. Market's about to open. This could very easily just be our two legs, and then we're headed down. So we wouldn't trade this, right? Right off the market open, but we would watch for this. If the market opens and we make another leg higher, that's when we'll look at that wider channel. But yeah, good morning, everyone. Oceans, Paul, Roberta, Squid, Dustin, good to see you guys. Please start the day off with some good karma. Click that like button. If you're tuning in, hey, real world, good morning. As far as news goes today, we don't really have anything too intense. We do have consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. But after that, we're free and clear into the weekend. So it will be interesting to see if the market actually wants to move on a Friday. We had a big move on Monday, which is unusual. But a lot of movement all week, so we may finish out the week on that same note. Good morning, Neil. Hey, Tom. Tom, I was just encouraging people to click that like button. I just can't do it quite the same as you do. Too nice, you know. Click the like. Just tell it like it is. Smash that thing. Good morning, Jonathan. To do what? Like button. Smash it, baby. Good morning, Yas. Yas. Yeah, it is a little bit slow. That is for sure. Market is about to open here in 3 seconds. Be ready. It's time. Alberta, that's crazy. Congratulations on the newborn. Best of luck to you. You've been through 2, so you know what's up. But yeah, congratulations. Yeah, if it's a boy, name him Joe. This is my new baby boy. His name's Nasdaq. We're gonna name him Bull. Okay, market's open. And the Nasdaq is making a nice little pop up. ES, not yet. Kind of hard to draw a downtrend here. Maybe something along these lines. S&P continues to be weak. The Nasdaq is trying to make a pop up, but S&P is not having it so far. If the S&P pops up, we're really going to launch because the Nasdaq is ready to take off. It's getting whippy, guys. Kind of does have a news feel, doesn't it, Tom? We do have kind of our next level here would be, I mean, we could look for sure at the overnight high here, but then after that, previous day high is not too far above. Nasdaq had that second leg up, so we will look at that wider channel, and we are very close to yesterday's highs. S&P, I can't really draw that wider trend just yet. There's just some underlying weakness we are seeing. It's not popping up with the Nasdaq. Trump's on Truth Social right now. Okay, well, that's fun times. Yeah. Trump's saying that there's a good chance that the Russia-Ukraine war could be over. He's having talks with Putin. So I would imagine that is indeed why we're getting these volatile candles. And he just tweeted this out. He may tweet something else soon. Generally, he will do a couple, so be on the lookout. We could get a massive candle out of nowhere right now. What is Putin tweeting? That's a tongue twister if I ever heard one. NQ is now above yesterday's high. Let's see if that holds. Meanwhile, S&P is testing that overnight high. And we will see if that holds. So on both indices, we're having a breakout of a key level. In order to be long, we would need to see that breakout hold, right? So we're above here. We would need to see that hold and continue higher. Same on the Nasdaq. We are now above yesterday's high. On this pullback, we would need to see that level hold as support. Then we could be bullish. ES starting to reject there. Dustin looks like kicking off our dad joke Friday. What's the problem with presidential jokes? They get elected for president. Good morning, Chayek. Yes, it is indeed Dad Joke Friday. So bring your best groaners. Share them. Spread some joy this Friday morning. Yeah, just thinking about our buddy Alberta there. He's on his way to a newborn baby. When my wife was in labor, just thinking back, when my wife was in labor, I used to tell her jokes to try to distract her from the pain, but she didn't really laugh at all. It must have been the delivery. Come on, guys. You gotta get a solid groan out of that one. Nasdaq looking like it might reject yesterday's high. ES kind of looking like it wants to hold the overnight high. Thank you guys. Appreciate your laughter. Happy Dad Joke Friday. You're welcome. Hey, Demont. My teenager is always complaining. Now she's fully grown. I like that. I like that one a lot. Right on that key level for the S&P. Right on that key level for Nasdaq. We are waiting to see which side wins here. Do we hold above or do we drop down? Seeing a nice pop up on the NAS. Nice pop up on ES. We could consider a long trade on the Nasdaq if we get another test of the EMA there. Here's that second attempt on the Nasdaq. It's not quite at the EMA. We're like still right at that key level, so I don't trust it fully yet. I won't be taking that setup. Now ES is the strong one. It's leading the way up here. So this could be a really good long at this point if we can start to get a pullback. Channel still holding. That would be absolutely excellent. I'm hoping that we don't overshoot right now. Want the pullback to happen and then for us to get a trade up to the previous day high. Monty, sorry I didn't say hi when you popped in. What's up? What's up? Happy Friday to you. Nasdaq looking a little volatile. Possibly even a little overshoot of that channel. And it is above yesterday's high. But it hasn't really been too convincing, to be honest. ES gearing up for that pullback, it looks like. Sandeep, hello, hello. And yes, we do have consumer sentiment coming out here in 12 minutes. That is something to be very aware of. We will probably not want to take a position right into that number. Again, we're hoping for the pullback here on ES so we can get a setup at the moving average. We don't want to see us get to yesterday's high just yet. Hey, OBO, good morning. All right, it does look like an overshoot of the channel here. So watch out. We could have a pretty steep correction to the downside. However, we're like right on that previous day level, so we might have an even larger overshoot here in a minute. If this clears out stops. Again, 8 minutes till consumer sentiment, and I'm noticing that all the margin requirements for futures have been raised, doubled actually. So looks like they're expecting some big movement here. That overshoot starting to act like an overshoot and get us this pretty steep correction. Wonder if ES is going to go down to that overnight low level. Retest that. NQ, couple of sharp bear bars. It looks like it wants to come retest yesterday's high. If it can hold that, especially through the consumer sentiment data, then we can be pretty bullish. Yes, another green candle, maybe making a second attempt there at yesterday's high. Pushing above it yet again. Wow. We might end up having to work with a steeper channel here if this continues up. Now both indices are above yesterday's high. ES dipping below that level. We now have 3.5 minutes till the news. Oof. Jesse, we need that reminder over here. Eat your vegetables. don't get your face melted on a Friday. Two very standard things we would all do better to remember. Yeah, especially with a pretty decent week. We've had some solid setups this week. You know, no need to throw that all away on a Friday. Toad asking, can you trade news on take profit eval? I don't know. That's a good question. I think news is fine. I know you can't do it in a funded account. Yeah, you can do news. It's totally fine. Wait, last check. Yes. News is fine on take profit evals. Just checked. They really only have a couple rules on the evals. You just don't hit your end of day trailing drawdown. Don't trade after hours. And then they have a 50% consistency rule. That's it. So yeah, not a whole lot of rules for take profit on the eval side. And I'd highly recommend trying take profit out. Again, you can withdraw money every single day when you're in a funded account. You don't have to wait till you hit a certain amount of days. Literally on day 1, you can withdraw money, and then on day 2, and then on day 3, every single day. And that's really honestly, that's a huge thing when it comes to prop firms, because wow, look at that consumer sentiment, man, oh man. Because I'm sure you've all experienced that. You're getting so close to payout on a funded account, and for whatever reason you have a bad day, you can't get payouts. Super frustrating, or if you have a really good day, you can't get any of that money, and sometimes you even have to trade longer to like meet the consistency rule. So there's no consistency rule in the funded account stage on take profit. Literally, you can have a big day on day 1 and you're good to go. You can withdraw. Hey, brother Karit. Good to see you again too. Shayak, how sustainable are they? Well, they've been around. They're not a new firm by any means. And they have a path to live, so you get a certain amount of payouts, they're going to move you to live, and it's the same kind of deal on the live side. So yeah, I've been very pleased with take profit. All right, so we're just waiting for the dust to settle here on consumer sentiment news. Came in lower than expected. They were forecasting 63.1, came in at 57.9, so pretty big miss on the number there. Inflation expectations are up from previous as well, up to 4.9%. Getting a nice little move up here off of that news. News may have been an overreaction. We will find out. This little move up may be just bear flag. We'll find out if this breaks here. Nasdaq still popping up. We'll be watching that previous day high level again. If both indices can get above that, we're going to be in bullish territory. Morning, Bill. Nasdaq is nearing previous day's high again. It's going to test it. ES seeming to slow down a bit here. All right, NQ, back to yesterday's high. Are we about to break above and hold above? It would be quite bullish. ES is only a couple points away from it as well. dropping back down, so that bullishness was fleeting. This is starting to look like a lower high below yesterday's high. Nasdaq, that rejection came right off of it. Good night, Sandeep. Brother, I have not seen any opportunities on the chart, no. We had a decent little uptrend going off of the open. But with news and everything, and we haven't broken above the key level, just have not had an opportunity to take anything yet. Plenty of opportunities to donate. That is very true, Must. There have been plenty of donation opportunities if you don't like money. If you like throwing it away. ES does look like this little downtrend may be done. For now, of course. Getting another bearish candle. We have not been able to get above any of those key levels, so sellers might start taking over here pretty soon. Real World saying, I saw the consumer index is lower than expected. Is it me, or isn't really reacting so much as the other news that came out today? I'm not sure what you're talking about, dude. Look at this candle. That is the consumer report candle right there. That's the consumer sentiment candle. So I don't know what other news you think has reacted more than that, but that's pretty reactive, I would say. Virtually active. Would love to have that conversation with you. Feel free to shoot me a message on Discord. So just go to the Discord, click on my name, make sure it's me, right? The only profile that is posted in the Discord as Trader Joe. Don't accept any random messages that someone might send you pretending to be me. Click on my name, shoot me a message. Would be happy to have a conversation with you. So basically right now we have just a nasty volatile range. If you look at the price action since the open, we have not gone anywhere. Been very whippy. So that's kind of how I'd be seeing things right now. No clear bias for the time being. Yes, trying to pop up here. Sundeep, you're gonna have to stop remorsing over your lost love there. That stranger on the internet who has left. We're trading here, buddy, so move on. Move on to something else. Gotcha, real world. Yeah, that was consumer sentiment for sure. Ultimately, we haven't really gone anywhere because of it. Brother asking if we're ready for an uptrend. I mean, I'm personally ready for an uptrend, but doesn't mean that's what's gonna happen, right? Starting to get a little bit of a move down. Approaching the bottom of the range there. Yeah, NQ definitely does look like we got a head and shoulders type pattern. Here's shoulder, head, shoulder. If this breaks, we'll definitely have a flush for sure. But no bias right now. We're just waiting for something to clear up because right now this is just a volatile, nasty range. We are getting a little move up. Right off the bottom of the range, which would make sense. This downtrend has had a break and a new low. Bulls are trying their hand yet again. So real world, don't worry. The biggest thing I could tell you, it does not matter what you think about the news. It does not matter what we can sit here and say what the news means. It just doesn't matter. Don't trade your interpretation of the news. Keep in mind, literally billions of dollars are spent to research by all the institutions to research what the news releases mean, what their impact is on the economy, anything you can possibly imagine. Billions of dollars are spent to figure all that out. We do not have the capabilities to understand exactly how everything, well, not necessarily how everything impacts, but we don't know what their opinions are, and their opinions are the only ones that matter. Like, it doesn't matter if we think a news item is bearish. If all the institutions are buying, price is going to go up. So the best advice I would give to you, forget about all that. Just watch the chart. We will know exactly how the institutions feel based on the chart. So right now, there is nothing conclusive. We have just gone up and down and up and down. So there is nothing here that says the institutions have a strong opinion on the news. So that's all we need to do. We're going to follow the chart. It will be very obvious what they think about everything. If it's bearish, we're going to go down, right? And we don't have to come up to any conclusions. We can just see the price keeps dropping and dropping and dropping, right? So watch the chart. You don't need anything else. Now, it's important to be aware of the news and be ready for it. Like 7 o'clock or 10 o'clock this morning, right? We were aware that there was going to be a news release that was going to affect the market, and so we weren't in a position here. Imagine if we would have been like, "Ooh, this is looking good. This is long, a bullish trend. Let's get into a long." And we weren't aware of the news. Boom, we just got ruined. But since we avoided that. But it's not like we're not using the news to fuel our trading decisions. Levi, good question. Does NQ follow ES or the other way around? Does it go back and forth? Short answer is it goes back and forth. But I challenge you to think a little bit more critically about it. Think about what is ES. What even is this? What does this represent? And the Nasdaq, what does this represent? Like what even is this instrument? That can give you a lot of insights. Keep in mind that the ES is a futures contract that tracks SPY, right? The SPY ETF. So it is a specific allocation of different stocks and it tracks their performance. Nasdaq does the same with the Nasdaq 100. A lot of those stocks are the same. The top 5-6 holdings are exactly the same. The only difference is the percentage that is allocated. So I haven't looked at it in a while, but I think, for instance, like the Nasdaq holds, I don't know, 8% of Apple, compared to the ES holds like 5%, stuff like that. I haven't looked it up. I would challenge you to go look it up. And so then if the Nasdaq is like, if all the tech stocks are moving, if Apple's moving, if everything else is moving that is more highly allocated in the Nasdaq, then it's going to be the one leading. If the ES is leading. That indicates it is probably not tech stocks like some of the more like blue chip type stuff. And so it tells you a little bit about what's going on in the market. If the Nasdaq's super strong and it's leading the way, that tells you tech is strong. And all really good rallies, tech has to be involved. So anyway, I think it's always important when we're talking about instruments, when we're talking about indicators, like think about what is the information actually showing you? What's going on behind the scenes? So anyway, hope that's helpful. Still no trend here. It looks like the uptrend might be played out. We had this move up, we had a break, we had a new high. Now we would expect the bears to take another stab at things. All right, well, Friday afternoon, don't expect too much out of the market, guys. Yeah, generally Fridays, again, thinking critically here. All the guys on Wall Street, they're not gonna have a long day on Friday. You know, they're going into their weekend sooner than later. So pretty rare to have a giant move on Friday. We've had a lot of movement already this week, so wouldn't be surprised if we just kind of chill for the rest of the afternoon, develop into some sort of range somewhere. But either way, our best course of action is to wait on the bullish side until yesterday's high is broken. We get above that. If we get above that and hold above that, we're going to look for any excuse to buy. Same on NQ. And then to the downside, be watching that overnight low. We have plenty of room, so even if you get a move that doesn't quite reach the overnight low, you can trade that as a target, right? Get a short somewhere in here, trade as a target down to the overnight low, and then of course we have yesterday's low down there. So those would be the key levels I'm looking for. That's the type of price action I'm looking for. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Get out, get away from the markets, go touch some grass, and I hope it's been a good week for you. So take care, everybody. See you next time.